Hello, everybody. Really hope this is focused. If it's not, well then, we'll see what happens. Hey everybody, it's Joan, and welcome to an author update, because I have no idea when I last filmed a video, or last vlogged for that matter. Like, I've been vlogging things here and there, but like, I haven't edited it or posted anything. So welcome to this author update, where I'm just going to talk about what's been going on. And I think I'm going to be recapping everything that's happened since April, because like that's the last time I was like regularly making videos. So let's get into this. All right, April happened. I published my first book, and it is now August, which is crazy, which is absolutely insane. But it's now August, so what's happened in these months? So Camp Nano happened in July. I did not hit my goal, but I did write a lot in book 3 of Siblings World, that 4-book series, which is Young Adult Contemporary. I wrote a lot in that book. I got finally past the plot point I wanted to get past. I think I wrote about 40,000 words, which is amazing. That's a lot of words. And 20,000 of those were in a 30-hour period. Which takes us to the other thing that happened, was the 30-hour write-a-thon in July. Anne and I hosted, I don't even know what number, I think the third 30-hour write-a-thon that we've done. But we hosted the 30-hour write-a-thon, and we wrote so many words as like a collective whole. And somehow I wrote 20,000 words in those 30 hours. And for 6 of those hours, I was sleeping. And I wasn't working during all 30 of those hours. That is absolutely insane. But that's just to show what writing sprints can do. And I made a lot of progress in book number 3 of Siblings World that weekend, which was amazing. And then I wrote nothing for the rest of July because I was like, I can't write anything. What else has happened? We published the book, we did camp. So my original plan was to finish writing draft 1 of Siblings World book number 3, which is what I was working on during camp. And I think I still have about like half of the book to go, or like a third of the book to go. I honestly don't know what else needs to happen in this book. I just know like it's not done yet. So there's that. I do know that the last part of this book plays a lot into the romance side of things. Friendships and romances and all of that type of stuff happens in the last part of this book. So I'll eventually work on that. I don't know when, but I really needed a break from this 4-book series because it is so draining to write. And I just needed a break. So I completely re-outlined a book that I had written last year, which was my new adult romance, my sweet new adult romance. I re-outlined it. I kind of looked at what I had in the first draft, realized all the changes I needed to make, and I wrote down a new outline for it, and I'm currently working on draft number 2 of my sweet new adult romance, and I am loving it so far. It is, as much as like I am not like a romancy person, and I'm trying to read more romances, but they're still not my favorite genre, but I am warming up to them a little bit. But I am writing draft number 2 of that new adult romance. I just finished chapter 6. I'm updating a lot more on TikTok. I'm doing like writing vlogs for each chapter that I write and all of that fun stuff. So if you want to stay like super up to date with me, go check out my TikTok, because I like post there like every day. Sometimes it's just funny, like relatable TikToks about writing or about reading, and other times it's little writing vlogs where I write a chapter and then post it. Not the chapter, but I like post me writing the chapter. Yeah, so there's that. I'm writing draft 2 of that, and I love how I made this whole video last year about why I'm not writing romance, and now I'm writing a romance. I find that absolutely hilarious. I think like the main reason why I don't write romance and I don't really read it is because I've never experienced it that I'm aware of. The great thing about like not having had these experiences, I can just let my imagination run wild, and I'm just like, but what if this happened in my life, and this is how I would feel, and what if I did this instead of just like sitting around doing nothing? Put myself in my main character's shoes. I can just kind of like imagine what I would want to do, not necessarily what I would do, because I wouldn't do any of the things that my main character's doing. I can just imagine what it would feel like if like your love interest like drove 9 hours to come see you. And I'm just like, and like surprised you with it as well. Like my heart would absolutely melt. Like after the initial shock of what are you doing here, my heart would just melt. I don't know, there's something about putting myself in the character's shoes, even though I've never felt any of these things. Like, I just love it so much. So that's how that book is going. Project A. How is that coming along? Well, I got all of my beta feedback back. Yeah, that's the sentence. I got all of my beta feedback back from my beta readers, and then I compiled all the feedback into like a bunch of different Google spreadsheets, and then I went through and implemented all of the feedback, changing what needed to be changed. There was literally nothing I could cut out, but I did have to add another 2,000 words because I can't seem to stop writing. And then I just finalized everything and I sent it over to my copy editor on Friday so that they can start working on it on Monday. And we are getting very close to November. So that's happening, which is like crazy. Like I'm gonna be publishing, I feel like I just published All the Way Strong and now I'm gonna be publishing this next book. I do have a new working title for it. I don't want to share it though. I love how the title sounds. It is so pretty and I just love it so much. I played around with a lot of title ideas for Project A, Amelia's story. I played around with so many different title ideas for it, and I think I've settled on one, but I think you guys are gonna have to wait until the cover reveal to figure out what the title is, which I'm gonna hope is gonna be like early October. And then I'll set up pre-orders as well during early October and everything, which means I need to get cracking on the cover. Now you're probably thinking, Celeste, November is like a couple months away and you haven't hired a cover designer yet? No, I haven't. And if I want to do a cover reveal in early October, that's in like 2 months, which is actually like 1.5 months, but like now, because I have all of September and August. So like a month and a half, and I haven't hired a cover designer. I have not, because I am designing my own cover this time. Which, it still sounds crazy that this is even a possibility that I can do, but I have been playing around a lot with Krita, which is like essentially Adobe Illustrator, but like a free version. So I've been playing around a lot with it and doing a lot of different ideas and figuring out how it works and all of that stuff. And I have this wonderful cover idea in mind, and I feel like if I put in the effort and if I put in the work, I can create this cover, which still sounds crazy. But I've been putting in so much time and effort into this. I'm fairly confident that I can do this. So I created like this very rough sketch of what I wanted the cover to be. And then after that rough sketch, I started like taking very like tiny elements of the sketch and like making them a little bit better. And I'm like, it's all coming together really well. And so now that I have the idea in my, like fully formed and created, I'm going to create a new document. I'm going to redo the cover and really spend time with each individual element and then put them together, make them flow together. And I'm so excited and it looks so pretty. And I also want to thank Anne for helping me with this cover so much. Like every time I have a new idea, I like send it to her. I'm like, help. We've sat on like calls for like a good like hour or two and she's just watching me like fiddle around with this. And I was like, I'm so thankful that I have friends that will do this with me. Which brings back the whole, you know, indie publishing is like, even though I am creating this cover on my own, like I still have people around me helping me with it. I'm planning to create my own cover for this one, which I'm so excited for. Is there anything else going on? I rearranged my office. As you can tell, my desk is back up against this wall, with my puzzle for All the Way Strong up there. And I'm so excited to get one for Project A. But yeah, we talked about publishing the book. I do have a bunch of copies of All the Way Strong. I have a bunch of these. If y'all want a signed copy and you have not gotten one already, I still have like over 20 copies that are sitting in my closet ready to be signed. And they also come with a bookmark that I created, as well as a little sticker with a quote on it. I don't know if you can see this because I have like my camera on that blur setting. But yes, I have a bunch of these ready to be signed. The link for that is in my description, which will take you to my website and all of that stuff. So yeah, I will say, in terms of like how book sales are going, because I know that's always like I always find those interesting. I will say that I have not had a 0 month where no one has bought my book or read on Kindle Unlimited, which is pretty awesome. We're up to I think 5 reviews or 5 ratings on Amazon and 14 on Goodreads. And I've had like family and friends like reach out to me and text me talking about how they love the book and everything like that. I also just finished recording as a guest on a podcast, and I will post more about that when it comes out, which was super cool, just being able to like talk about my experience with the book and with running and all of that stuff. So yeah, there's been some exciting stuff. I've been thinking more about setting up a Ko-fi or a coffee or a Ko-fi, whatever it is. I've been thinking more about doing that. I was thinking about setting up books on Ingram Spark, and I tried doing that this past week, and I decided against it because me getting my books into physical bookstores is not worth the 20 cents that I'd be getting for each copy that they sold. Like, it's just not what it is. So I think I'm gonna try setting up on Barnes & Noble Press for Project A, as well as KDP and Amazon for all of that. That way it's available in more than just Amazon, and also I should be able to get author copies before hitting publish on Amazon, which would be pretty nice. So that way I can like send out signed copies before I have to hit publish on Amazon. Basically there's just like a lot of stuff, and a lot of it's just like me like sitting playing around with this cover design that I'm working on while playing YouTube in the background. Hopefully I will be able to get it back into vlogging, because it does hold me accountable and it does like make me actually want to write more. And depending on how the rest of this week goes, we'll see. I might try to like pick up the camera a little bit more here and there. I do have an audition for a community theater show coming up this week, and if that doesn't go well, then I have another one coming up the end of the week, and if that one doesn't go well, then there's another one the week after. Anyway, thank you guys all so much for watching. If you liked it, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe down below if you want to see more content from me, and I will see you guys all hopefully next week. I think I still have like one pre-filmed video that I could put out, but like I recorded that so long ago. Also, I cut my hair. I literally don't know when the last time I updated you guys. Yeah, I cut my hair. It's super short now. I'd like to do more streams for writing sprints if y'all are interested in that. I just don't know exactly when. And depending on how community theater auditions go, it depends. That'll change schedule stuff as well. But thank you guys all so much for watching. I will see you guys all hopefully next week. Bye!